Hey guys, welcome back to Globetrotter Gaming. Today we'll be moving on to part 24 of our gameplay of Suzerain. Let's get going. So in the last part we met to discuss the Energy Protection Act, and despite going back and forth on it a bit, I decided to scrap the limits on foreign investment altogether, because it could have some, risks about them controlling the energy sector and everything, but I think given the economic position and everything, it would be important to, get more foreign investment to really try to boost investment in the country, which could hopefully foster, some diplomatic relations, but also bring more money into the economy, and then couple that with the agreements to make workers' rights better and the upcoming workers' rights bill. I think that could really work out well. So I'm guessing if I click on the overview here, it's probably going to have the economy. So remove the Energy Protection Act, and then diplomacy, surging energy prices, and foreign energy manipulation. Okay, so it looks like it's saying that wasn't a good thing here, but I feel like it's also like not too far along in it, so let's see how it goes. Let's just see if it has anything on the news here. So, EPA removed, a dangerous reality. So, looks like people don't like that, but, decision's been made, so can't look back on it. Embracing openness and growth. So this one seems to be more positive about it. Dissolving energy isolation. A significant step. Okay, so these ones seem to be positive about it. So, yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a contentious issue. Probably going to get a lot of criticism. Like I say, every time there's a decision in this game, is that probably going to end up regretting it, because that's kind of the whole point of this game, is that it really, everything you do has a chain effect there. But, at this point, it's in the past. Let's move on to the next thing here. Just going to look around here, see if it's got anything around the world here. So, Rizia advocates for energy partnership. Anything in these other countries here? Yeah, nothing really around here. The Republic of Kaigrud, I don't think I remember that one before. Okay, let's go back to Sordland, and I think the next thing we have to do here is actually, what's just the report on the reforms? Okay, so it sounds like, the reforms, those are the constitutional ones I did 2 parts ago, so those will be decided at some point, but let's go over to Lockhaven and just get right to, looks like dinner with the business council members. So we were in Lockhaven to work with the business council to assess weaknesses in the economy. When we arrived, the streets were bustling with activity, even though the atmosphere in the country was tense. Lockhaveners didn't seem very worried. Together with Walter, Edith, Mikhail, and Simon, we entered the renowned Asteria restaurant. A short blonde man whose embroidered pocket red manager greeted us. Beaming with pride, he led us to a private room and got us seated at a large table. So we were quickly served by a group of servers. Walter spoke as they started taking our orders. I recommend the Lockhaven Salmon, President. Who's Walter again? He's the Lotharberg spokesman. What's Lotharberg again? Oh yeah, that's like the big conglomerate of businesses. Edith is the chairman of the bank. Mikhail's the co-chairman of the NBC, and Simon's the minister of the economy, because remember we met with him before. I appreciate the advice. So should I get Lockhaven Salmon? I'm gonna, listen to him, because, I still want to be in good terms with the business leaders. So order rice, salad, or order no more. I'm gonna get salad. I don't really see why this matters. I picked the salmon just because he recommended it, so, I'm trying to suck up to him, but it looks like it didn't really make a difference. Okay, so, Mr. President, I did have the possibility to thank you for coming today. Your presence means a great deal. Indeed, sir, it's an honor to dine with you. Who's he again? Oh yeah, the co-chairman. It's great to be here with members of the Business Council. I'm gonna say that there. We should thank Simon for organizing this meeting. No need for that, I hope everyone enjoys it. So Simon gestured at the expensive-looking red wine bottle that one of the servers had just brought. Mr. President? I'll say that looks amazing. I'll try to be positive about everything. Well, it tastes even better. Best of Lesbia, the Chateau de Falenco, 1934. So he poured some wine in my glass and waited for me to taste it. Took a sip. It was bitter. Honestly, it tasted like any other wine. How is it? Is the taste to your liking? It has a sour, delicate vegetal character. Is it Arcasia I'm tasting? I'm gonna ask that. What? Oh, maybe that wasn't a good one. I was joking around there. You may be tasting the oak from the barrels, or maybe it's the gooseberries. It's definitely not Arcasia. Yeah, I was gonna say that's... maybe that wasn't the best response there. I thought it was like a joke there, but anyway. So Simon stood up and raised his glass. I'd like to raise a toast to all of you here today. We're meeting here tonight in difficult times, but I believe that with hard work, cooperation, and trust, we will get through this period as well. I'd like to thank Mr. Rayne again for his decisiveness when it comes to economic policies, and Mr. Tusk for being with us today. His presence is an honor. And of course, my colleagues from the Business Council, Miss Agnock and Mr. Avon. Without you, none of these would have been possible. Who are these people again? Swordlish economist. Oh yeah, she's the one that I think is the chairperson of the bank, and Mikhail Avon. Okay, yeah, they're all like really right here. I should probably just check those. So let's drink to future cooperation and growth for a prosperous Sordland. Everybody raised their glasses and toasted each other, and then the servers arrived with our meals. Tasted amazing. Walter was right. This place must have been the best place in all of Lockhaven. So, how did you find the food of the best fine dining restaurant in Lockhaven? It's like a fine art, but this particular one is a masterpiece. I'm gonna say that there. That seems like a good suck-up line. I know exactly what you mean. Art is something else. Okay, we get it. There's an art of everything. The art of making money, food, wine, and love. How are things going in the Maroon Palace? The pressure must have increased after you attended the funeral. The pressure's already high, not much has changed. It did, but it was... I'm gonna say it did, but it was the right decision. Of course, I didn't mean to criticize your decision. As we conversed with Mikhail, I heard Walter raise his voice in an apparent argument with Edith and Simon. Arcasian knows the right way of doing business. Their approach to the world is real and raw. I prefer that cutthroat approach in comparison to the niceties. Well, I mean, it's a nice country to visit too. I've traveled there often on business trips. All country... Edith seems like she, is kind of, opposed to Arcasia, and Arcasia's kind of the big superpower that I want to be closer aligned with. Money does turn the world around. Travel is the least you can buy with it. Certainly not all. Exactly. How about the people who don't have extra cash to spend? Let's see. I'm gonna stay silent. I don't really want to get involved with this argument. It certainly depends on what you're looking for. Cultural tourism doesn't require a fancy hotel. Last time I went somewhere for that sort of thing was at university, and even then we had our wild times thanks to Conrad's connected entourage. Also, Walter's taken us down the rabbit hole again. By the way, I saw that the construction of the highway has already started. I have my concerns about the company, but I hope they do a good job. I expect that the project will bring new investments. The mood is already becoming positive. I have to congratulate Mr. Rayne for starting such a massive project. Thank you for your support. No need for that. The state is just doing its job. I'll say thank you for your support. I'm kind of losing track of what's going on. It seems like just a lot of talking at this point. So Mr. Hull also deserves credit, of course. Our great economy minister. Is there a joke coming? Why? I thought you said you were great at economy. He laughed. Where are we going with this here? They're just kind of talking around. Are we going to get to a point there? I don't comment on rumors, but I'll make an exception since we're among friends. It's true. So you got a new villa, apparently? I'll say you're doing great jobs. You deserve it. He is one of the hardest working ministers in government. He surely deserved it. I couldn't agree more. Some prefer the carrot and stick approach. I'm more result. Yep, I'll say that. Depends who you work for, but I'm talking about rewards. It's a fact that the government pays far less than the private sector. That's true, but it was a change made on purpose to push for improvements. Okay, where are we going at with this? I know I said this 3 times, and I'm kind of failing to see the point of this. So come on, let's not talk about finance or politics for now. We came here to relax. Isn't that right, gentlemen? They nodded at her and took a sip from their drinks. So, Mr. Rayne, why don't you tell us what's behind that strong character of yours? I've heard you had a difficult life in Dare, is that right? Try to leave my past behind and focus on today. My childhood was very difficult, but it definitely made me stronger. I'm gonna say that there. My family cared for me as much as they could. That's very humble of you. I never met your family, Mr. President. How are they doing? We don't talk much since I became president. They're doing great. We have no problems. That's great to hear. Your son must be very proud of you. Again, are we getting to the point there, or are we just kind of talking about random things here? Make sure that Frank has a solid relationship with you. He is your future, after all. He's going through the teenager period. It's difficult to connect with him. He's a little shy. Yeah, I think that's probably the best approach there of all those. Wish that was my son's biggest problem. Daron seemed to be doing fine. I saw his yacht party in Benfey made the local news. Well, the rascal didn't even ask for permission to use the yacht and just took it. He basically stole it. Good news is that I finally convinced him to go to university. He will study economics in Lockhaven Business School. That's a good choice. Having a degree in Sordland separates you from the rabble, and we especially need more people who understand economics. Talking of which, it's great that we have another leader who actually studied economics and understands it. Like, Mr. Alfonso. So, Look at what he caused, studying to get you to the finish line. Alfonso was an inspiration for all reformists. We're in this mess because... I'm just gonna say thank you. I don't really want to make any contentious comments there. Whoops, I didn't mean to click that twice. Oh, we can repair the damages to our economy. We can't fail like Alfonso did. A correction, it wasn't his policies that destroyed him, it was the old guard. What do you mean? I always had a gut feeling about a sudden fall. Of course it was. They're a big threat. I believe that. I'm just gonna ask, what do you mean? He threatened their economic power base over the country through a vast privatization plan. They removed him and backed you after. Walter, stop with the conspiracy theories. After a long silence followed by some chit-chat, Walter ordered a bottle of whiskey. That's one good-looking bottle. The waiters brought one of the finest Arcasian whiskeys. It was time for a toast. So I was like, Simon, would you give a toast again? Sure. He stood up, seemed to have a slight issue with his balance. May the wheels of fortune always turn in our favor. The future of abundance awaits us. Cheers to that. I think it's time we call it a night. So most of us were all a little tipsy. I want to thank you, Mr. President, for joining us, and you, Simon, for putting this all together. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Edith. I'm just going to say thank you all for being here. It was great. Thank you. Thanks for being here. How many times am I going to say that? After bidding our farewells, we slowly walked out the restaurant. The moon was shining bright as everyone except Walter left in their luxury cars. President, a moment alone, please. He's going to try to bribe him or something here, I know it. He called me inside the small VIP lounge. Follow him. Yeah, I'll see what he has to say at least. Usually the Lothar spokesman doesn't directly comment on the administration, but I'd like to say a few things since it was a special evening. So I was just sure if you have to. Finally, a president that listens to the people. It won't be easy to pass the new constitution through the Assembly and the Supreme Court. We could help you get through it if you in return help us with a few economic requests. So he lit a cigar, took a few drags. The consensus is that we see eye to eye in the economic direction you've taken by promoting a market economy. I'm just gonna say I'm interested to collaborate further in our shared interests. Like, I don't want to get corrupted by them, and I at least want to see where we go with this. Then we have the right attitude. You rejected our previous discreet offer to pick Underhall Construction for the execution. Oh, this is the guy that bribed him. That's where I remembered him from. There's so many different characters, I keep forgetting who it was. The action led to disappointment in the group. We are aware of the upcoming tax meeting, and it would be a step in the right direction if private corporations would get a tax cut. To boost the economy with job creation, of course, and the positive side effect would be our support to the administration throughout the entire term. I'll make tax decisions objectively. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that. I'm not gonna say no, but I'm gonna give him kind of a non-answer with that. Oh, let's not be hasty. The recession will end if Lothar is on your side, President. Why can't we all just be friends? Maybe we can. I'll see what we can do. Excellent. Glad to hear this. The group wants a private corporation tax cut and privatization in healthcare and education. That's hard to say, because I kind of... So, privatization in health and education, I think, is a good idea, because it could lead to more investment, but... You know what? Yeah, I might regret this, but, you know, I'm making the decision on that. So, I'm very satisfied to hear this. To us and the prosperous future of Sordland. It's assuring, you know, we are allies. Glad we come to... Yeah, I'm going to say that, because I don't want to say I'm allies with him, but... Again, I think maybe having, you know, the opportunity to have more investment in healthcare, like private investment in healthcare and education, I think could be a decent idea. So see you, President. Walter left and Serge came to pick me up. Enter the car. So we drove to our residence in Lockhaven. He took the seaside route, and looks like that's it there. So, yeah, I mean, that was overall, I'm going to be honest, pretty boring. I think that last section is the only part that actually really had an impact on any decisions there. Yeah, let's see where it goes there. So, I think that's going to end it for this episode, but thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for part 25.